What's up? It's your girl Candy with Kayla, and I am back with another freaking video. Did you miss me? Because I freaking missed y'all. Okay, thank y'all so much for running up the likes on my last two story times. So I am here to give y'all another story time. But before we get into this one, make sure y'all subscribe to this channel, okay? Run these likes up for your girl. Drop down in the comment. Turn on y'all post notifications. Do it all. Do it all for me, okay? Thank you. Anyway, let's get right on into this story. Grab your blunt, grab your wine, grab your snacks, your blanket, whatever you need to get into this story because as you can see, this is another funny one about the very first time that I tried to sneak a boy in my house. Actually, the only time I tried to sneak a boy in my house, y'all, and how my sister ratted me out. So let's just get right into this story. So, this was back when I was like maybe like 13, okay? Now, the way let me explain, let me break it down for y'all. So the way our neighborhoods was back then, I lived in Gwinnett County. Let's start there. Gwinnett County is the suburbs. If you've been to one suburb, you've been to all of them. They're the same, subdivision after subdivision. Okay, so when the way we did it, you have your school friends or whatnot, but you're gonna play outside, hang outside with your neighborhood friends because it's the closest thing. Your parents not letting you walk all down the street to meet with other people, and there's no point in letting you, driving you nowhere when you got 1,000 people in the neighborhood. So the problem was in our neighborhood, we only had two girls at the time. Later on, some more girls moved into the neighborhood, but at the time, we only had two girls. That was me and my friend that lived across the street. Now, let me explain how the neighborhood was. So, it was one long street, okay? We got this one long subdivision because all the subdivisions was pretty big. So, we got this one long subdivision, and it's like streets off of the main road. So, I lived in the first cul-de-sac, me and my friend. However, way down at the bottom of the cul-de-sac, a group of boys lived down there. Okay. Now my daddy, he wasn't having that. He didn't let me go to the end of the. He didn't really let me come out the cul-de-sac. If I'm gonna be honest with you, every now and then with supervision, he'll let me walk to the top of the neighborhood, but never down to the bottom because towards the top it was some more girls and you could see from the house, but towards the bottom you can't see anymore, and the little bad little boys live down there. But whatever, you know what time it is. Soon as we figured out that my daddy didn't want us to go down there, we wanted to go down there real bad. Y'all know how that goes. We wanted to go down there real bad because we have to see these little boys that my daddy don't want us to see. So we ended up walking down there one day, like really sneaking down there. We walked down and we tiptoeing, and y'all, as we going down the hill, we see this garage and it's open. And outside of the garage, it's like three or four boys. They playing basketball. So we like, there go the boys. There go the boys. So, we was like, hey y'all, or whatever. And they was like, what's up? What's up? Whatever, that's my boy voice. So y'all couldn't tell us nothing because obviously we ain't did nothing but say hey, and they spoke back. But baby, that was everything for us. So we turned around giggling. We go back up the hill. The next day, now mind y'all, we all live in the same neighborhood. So we all ride the same bus and everything. So out of this household, only one of them went to school with us. He was one of our friends, and I'm going to name him Jamal. Okay? Now, Jamal, he was bad. He was aggravating. He was our age, so we didn't even like him because, you don't like the little boys your age, but he had two older brothers. His older brothers, we're going to name them Chris and T. Okay, so Chris is the oldest, and T is the middle brother, and then Jamal, the one that go to school with us. So he was like, we get on the bus the next day, and Jamal was like, I saw y'all down the hill. What y'all doing down there? What y'all doing in our neck of the woods? So we like, whatever, don't question us. We grown. Typical banter from 13-year-olds about being grown. So we like, you get on our nerves, don't, blah, 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 don't bother us. So he was like, oh, well, my brother said you cute. Oh! That's all he needed to tell me was, oh, my brother said you cute. So I was like, oh, which one? I try to play it cool. He was like, T said you cute. In my head, I'm like, y'all, because T the cute one. He the cute one. Now all three of the brothers are cute. Don't mind my nails. I broke a nail, y'all. Anyway, T, he the cute one. All three of the boys was cute. But T was fine, okay? Back then, y'all know Lil Romeo and Bow Wow was hot and stuff like that. T looked like Lil Romeo. So just get into that. He still probably no, I saw T like a few years later and he was run down. He ain't look like that. But at the time he looked like Lil Romeo, okay? So now y'all understand why I was like, yes. So I played it cool though. I was like, oh, okay. Sam, I said, hey. So later on that day, we get off the bus. Everybody go their respective ways, and I tell my homegirl we gonna name her Tia, the one that live in the cul-de-sac. I'm like, Tia, let's walk down there again. Tia, like, let's do it, cause Tia was my girl. Whatever I wanted, if I was about to jump off a bridge, Tia was gonna jump with me. Period. If whatever I was gonna do, Tia would let me lead her right into disaster. She didn't care. She was just riding with me. Period. So anyway, we go down the hill, okay, and this time the boys, it's like they waiting on us. So I'm like, hey y'all, and T was like, hey Kayla. I was like, you know my name, okay. So I was like, oh hey, how you know my name? And he was like, Jamal told me that you told him to tell me hey. So I was like, yeah. He told me you said I was cute. So he was like, yeah, what you about to do? I was like, nothing. What y'all about to do? He was like, oh, nothing. You want me to walk y'all back up the road? So I was like, yeah, walk us back. Now, mind y'all, remember I said we had just got off school when all of this was transpiring. We got off, we put our stuff in, we went straight down. After school, I used to be at home by myself, okay? After school, it was just me. Now my stepmom would sometimes bring my sister home and then go do anything she gotta do because I was 13, I was old enough to stay home. So and my dad, he got home later too. But not late, just like 5 o'clock as school got out. I had like an hour to spare, okay? So we walk back up and I look at the time and I got like 30 minutes to spare before they gonna call me and tell me that they almost here and whatever. So I'm trusting that. Now, mind you, I also got parents. I'm not bad. I don't sneak around and stuff, so they're not even thinking about that. So they still calling and telling me when they gonna be home and how long because they're not thinking that they need to just pop up because I might be up to something. Of course, they not thinking that. So I was like, he gets up to the house or whatever, and he goes, I was like, what you about to do? He was like, nothing, just about to go back down here and play basketball. And he was like, can I use the bathroom? I was like, well, my daddy then said I can't have nobody in the house, okay? Boom. So I did the right thing at first, y'all. I said, my daddy said I can't have nobody in the house. He was like, I'm just trying to use the bathroom. He ain't got to know. So, mind you, I remember I told you my sister then was going to come. So I was like, just give me a minute because my stepmom was going to drop my sister off. So, like clockwork, my stepmom pulls up probably within the next 10 minutes. She dropped my sister off in the house. Now, y'all, at this time, I'm 13. My sister's 10 years younger than me. She's 3 years old, okay? So, clearly, I'm thinking she's not a problem. She's freaking 3. What's the worst that can happen? So, my stepmom brings her in like any other day. She's like, I'll be right back. I'll be back in like, an hour or so. I'm like, okay, bet. Now, at this point, I know that it overlaps. My stepmom bring my sister here. She go do what she gotta do, and then I have at least about 20 minutes before my dad pull up. Okay. Now, mind you, I am not trying to sneak this boy in to do anything. I was just like trying to show off. He wanted to use the bathroom in my house, and I said no, but I ain't want to seem like a child, so I'm about to sneak this boy in and let him use the bathroom. Okay. So he comes in. And as my stepmama gone, he comes in. I'm like, yeah, come on. Now, mind y'all, the whole time, it's a cut over there by my homegirl house, behind her house. So he just hid in the cut and waited. He could see when they pulled up and when they pulled off. So he came back. I let him in the house. My little sister, she upstairs playing. He goes to the bathroom. I'm sitting on the couch. He comes out the bathroom, and he comes and he sits on the couch. Now, I'm looking at the clock, and I was like, yeah, my daddy gonna be home in like 15 minutes. He was like, oh, okay. He was like, I'm about to go. So we just talking, right? We're talking. Sitting on the couch, just talking, just chatting it up like we about to have a good old day. And he was like, you got something to drink? So I was like, sure. I don't know why my little sister's spidey senses went up, but she heard drink and she comes running in the room from upstairs. Well, she comes running to the banister at the top of the steps. She was like, "I want something to drink." I was like, "Okay, come on down here, okay." So she comes down now. This is where it gets sticky, and I didn't even know it was getting sticky yet. So she comes down. I was like, "This is my little sister." T was like, "Hey, baby girl, you're so cute." She was like, "Hi," you know what I'm saying, like a child. "Hey, how you doing?" Blah 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 blah. And she was just talking to him, asking him 1,000 questions. They was just talking. It was cute. So I gave him some Kool-Aid. This is important. I gave him some Kool-Aid. My sister said, "I want some Kool-Aid." I said, "No, you can't have no Kool-Aid. You can get some of your juice, okay?" She was like, "But I want some Kool-Aid." And I was like, "Girl, you gonna get juice." Because really, I didn't want to pour a lot of Kool-Aid so they was gonna realize that I poured more Kool-Aid than it would be necessary for me and her to drink. So I didn't want to pour extra because I didn't want them to question, like, who else been drinking Kool-Aid and give myself away. Yeah, because I be thinking ahead. Y'all. So she like, whatever. She took the juice. We move on. He leaves out, okay? Gave him a hug. He leave out. No incident. I'm good. I'm in the clear. My parents pull up about 7 minutes after he gone. Nothing out of order. Everything on point, okay? So my dad and my stepmom, not my dad, I'm sorry, not my stepmom. She not back yet. My dad's like, "How was y'all day?" I'm like, "It was good," you know. And he like, "Okay, y'all go ahead, get washed up, you know. Your stepmom's gonna be home." I almost said her name. Your stepmom's gonna be home in a minute. You know, we're gonna go get dinner. We're gonna go get dinner. I'm like, "Great, big." We get washed up. My stepmama pull up. I'm thinking my day is good, y'all. But here's when it got ugly. My sister 6'9" me. I'ma show you how. So my stepmom say, "What did y'all do today?" Okay. And I was like, "Oh, nothing. We just went to school. After school we just hung out. I said Tia came over here for a minute and we watched TV." My stepmom was like, "Oh, okay, that's good. I'm glad y'all had a good day." Cam, how was your day? This my 3-year-old sister answer. She said, "Oh, it was good. Even though Kayla didn't let me get no Kool-Aid, but she let the boy with the afro get some Kool-Aid." Y'all, I was like, "Sis." So here I am, like, stupid face, because now they looking at me and I'm looking at them and I'm thinking. So I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm about to be in trouble." So they was like, "What boy?" And I was like, she tripping. Tia was over here. Tia got a little afro. I don't know what they talking about, what she talking about. She probably just got it mixed up. She said, "No, you remember the boy. The boy who was over here who gave me some Kool-Aid." And I'm thinking, what the? Y'all, why? While he was here, when I poured him the Kool-Aid, I told her she couldn't have none. I go in there to fix him some juice. He gave her a sip of his Kool-Aid and she remembered it and she held it against me, y'all. And I got in trouble. Needless to say, I most definitely got in trouble. They took like everything out my room. Like, I ain't have nothing, y'all. My parents left me a Bible. They left me a Bible, a journal, and a radio. Well, it was really my alarm clock, but I used it as a radio. I had to keep my door open all the time. I couldn't close my door. Like, it was just the most. All because I want to let a dude use the bathroom and get some Kool-Aid. So, y'all, that scarred me for the rest of my childhood and teenage life. I never, ever, ever tried to sneak another boy in because I was like, just imagine if I was trying to sneak a boy in to actually do something. Like, sheesh, I can't even pull off sneaking a boy in to use the bathroom. So I know I can't pull off nothing more. Anyway, y'all, that's all I got for today's story. I just want to tell y'all about how my little sister ratted me out when I tried to let this boy in. I was really just trying to be cool. I wasn't trying to be grown. But I was in trouble for a long time after that, so I wasn't cool because I couldn't even come outside. And by the time I did come outside again, T wasn't even studying me. So it was my fault, I guess. If you would like to hear some more story times about my retarded and wow middle school and teenage life and college life, drop down in the comments, let me know. Make sure y'all run the lights up, subscribe to this channel, turn on those post notifications. Thank you so much for tuning in again and again and again. I can't even talk. Until next time, peace.